Maybe it's the way you say my name. Maybe it's the way you play your game. I think that you are the one for.
Good morning. This is a day in the life of Michael McKinson in camp. We're a couple of weeks out now, 3 weeks out from my 26th pro fight. I just wanted to take you all through a little bit what I do in the day in camp. This morning, I normally, before breakfast and before things like that, I'll sit in the corner doing tickets. Obviously a lot of admin work and that, being a boxer, trying to sell tickets and stuff. I've just had to order some boxing boots, so I've done that, 2 less jobs. My safe, now I'll weigh in.
Like D, they don't support me, like my dad never around when I need. I get more love from a fiend, a lot more from a queen. I take her shopping, get a Christian Dior's and McQueen. Cause when I never had a penny, she made sure I was clean. Closed, always washed, even I had my jeans.
161 pounds, I don't know if I'm fighting at 150 yet or 147, so we're in a good place. I weren't very well last week, so I was actually weighing real light. I was at 159 pound last week. Which is a bit light for me in camp, a couple of weeks out, so 161, that's a good weight. Yeah, normally every day is a bit different. I didn't run today, so it was a bit of a later start because I'm sparring in about an hour, less than an hour now. So yeah, I've just having my breakfast. Is pretty boring. Oats, raspberries, blueberries. Shout out to my nutritionist, Greg Allison, who's I've been working with for the last 6 years probably, so an important member of the team. But yeah, I don't really enjoy breakfast, I just have to eat it. So to make it easier for me to remember to take my supplements every day, I've got this. Like an old man, but I remember to take them every day, and yeah. I'll just listen to the boss. He tells me what to take, and I'll take them. We've got glucosamine, multivitamins, omega-3, beta-alanine. I've got a couple of them here. Vitamin C, vitamin D, a couple of them there. I'll take more in fight week as well. He adds more in fight week as it gets closer. When I finish sparring, I'll give you a call, alright?
Yeah, okay.
Alright, see you later. Oh, don't, because that means I've got to say it on camera. I love you too. Bye. Obviously, I've done welterweight for 10 years, so the cuts are obviously bigger, and I'll still make it like well with the team, but it's all about keeping yourself healthy and like all year round. Like, I don't ever want to be sitting heavy because then it makes everything harder. Yeah. So obviously I was quite lucky that I only had 10 days out of camp and then I was straight back into another camp. So I came into this camp at probably 2 or 3 pounds heavier than what I got in the ring at in Rome. So, yes. and I've been the same ever since. Obviously I was ill last week, so I dropped a bit of weight, but I feel strong again.
Sex scenes will be good.
Ay, really white test me, acting like you don't know who the best be. Check my blueprints, the copy in my techniques. Do the physics, man, I'm only upcoming. Got me thinking to myself, I swear these rappers trying to bite deep. I'm frightening, striking down beats like lightning.
So I'm always the first one in the gym because I have to wrap my hands properly. You get some people that turn up late and rush their hands. I've boxed for 20 years. I've been competing 18 years, but I've been boxing for 20 plus years, so I've got to look after my hands. Yeah, 3 weeks out I'm sparring. He was fighting on the same card as me. I've done a lot of rounds with him over the last few camps, so yeah, it's good. Good preparations. each other out and stuff. So yeah, I think it's from the southpaw as well, so it's even better for him. So
Pen game so strong, my wrongs I can right them. Used to be the boy in the corner, I was silent. Any move I made, it was loud, hear the sirens. Really made Ricky run my dog, he was driving. Back then, man, them was evil and conniving. Poor, we was striving, if it's beef, we'll strike him. Feds was like vampires, man, them was the likings. Trust me when I say we wasn't out for the right things. We was hungry, probably take your life for a monkey. That ambush, it got jumped. I can't sleep, so many bodies getting dumped. Nightmares and OT is getting funky.
I've done a lot of rounds with him over the last 18 months. More or less every camp I've sparred in. It's helpful because he's obviously only an hour down the road. He's a Bournemouth lad, and he's a good guy, a good genuine guy. So like between kind of like lunchtime and 3 o'clock is just chill out, sit on my phone, either sort sponsorship, sort ticket, sort kit, things like that before the for the fight. It's like boxing. It's a 24/7 job. You know, there's not really much chill out time. Like today's just a small insight. Like we're not showing my physio sessions, my strength conditioning sessions, my strength sessions, my my runs and all stuff like that. It's pretty full on. And I'm hitting PBs all the time. Like I've always been physically strong. But obviously I've just always cruised points wins, and now I've got a point to prove. I know I can punch, and I'm getting more and more confidence in my power. So you know, last time out we got a knockout win. Next time out we're predicting another knockout win. It's a new Michael McKinson.
Look at me.
Always on my shorts. So people already know you are.
Let me tell you about pain, yours and mine's not the same. Doesn't mean we can't relate. Like you I feel hate, like you I can't take. People around me acting fake, like you I'm still black and my ancestors was slaves. Like you had no one to help me on my way. I created my own path and that's the one that I'ma take. And like you I'm still grinding, gee I need a break. I wish I could take a plane and go on a holiday. And like you, I was always...
I won my first 2 titles in 2017, the April and the November. WBC Youth and the WBC International Silver. Bear in mind she was just born, so 2017 was my toughest. I had a newborn at home. I won them both before she was a year old while still working a 9 to 5. And it was tough times, like being in these training camps and having to live the life as a championship professional fighter whilst having a baby at home. And I went into work after winning my 2nd title on the Monday and had an email for a disciplinary hearing. And I was like, because of the few days before my fight against Colin Lyons, I was slacking a little bit at work, which they knew boxing was my life. So the next day I went into the disciplinary hearing and handed my notice in. Bear in mind I had a daughter at home that wasn't even 1 year old. I had no financial backing, no sponsorship, things like that. People would have thought I was crazy at the time. It was the biggest gamble I've ever made in my life. But slowly but surely it's paid off, and now like it's worth it, like 100%. What I've done in the last 5 years and what I'm going to do in the next 5 years, it's worth it. But back in November 2017, the last time I was ever employed, making that jump, gamble with no financial backing when I had a daughter made it even harder and even more of a risk, and it paid off in the end, didn't it? Paid off.
And it's only 8 months until my birthday.
The important stuff.
I'll get on my iPad, you send Mum the money. Deal?
Her favourite Disney princess is Princess Tiana, because obviously her name is...
But it's about different.
Shall we ask you some questions? But yeah, I'll never have her come to watch me fight, and I'll I wouldn't like her to watch me get punched. Because look, I've sparred today. My eye.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's only a little bruise.
So when I took my defeat in Texas, yeah, so I'd always afterwards FaceTime her, like after the fight, if she's still awake or whatever. But with the time difference in Texas, obviously it was my first defeat, and I was like, she's going to be awake. We got back to the hotel, but because of the time difference, it was morning in England, and I knew I had to make the phone call, and I was like, obviously sad at the time. And I called her up, and she had just woke up, and I said, "Hello, Tiana. Just want to let you know, Daddy lost," but I was like trying to hold back tears and stuff, right? Telling her, and she was so like reassuring. She went,
Huh?
"That's okay, Daddy. I can't wait to see you." Oh, it made me even cry even more.
No, I wasn't. I said it's all about taking part.
It's all about taking part. No, but she said that's the first words out of her mouth was "That's okay, Daddy." That was a tough one, taking my first loss, because I've only ever won, but I'll never lose again.
That's a lie.
Oh, you think I will lose again?
Yeah, if you don't use confidence.
Confidence?
Yeah.
So you need to have loads of confidence.
And I need to train really hard. Look at that.
We are happy to help you.
Ab check, 3 weeks out.
Yeah, so I've known Mike and his family and his dad for a long time, since the boys were probably 11 or 12. But we've only got together for about 4 years now. I was training another professional fighter. We started working together more. Mike was managing, and then we just sort of fell in together, really. Before you even go into his boxing skills, he's very, very mentally strong, very confident, very focused. But like everyone says, it's his movement that confuses people. But actually, he's actually very strong now. He's a physical, big welterweight. Might not be knocking people out, but if you've had a fight with him, you know you've been in there with someone very strong. So, yeah.
That's the last question I was going to touch up here. Because last time I asked you predictions, and you said it's going to be a point score, it's Mikey, innit? And then obviously you took him out, body shot. So is there anything you guys are doing differently to try and add power into his game?
The people he's working with strength and conditioning, and his physical stuff is definitely helping a little bit more. But I think probably what we're really changing is that Mike is going to be a little bit more of an exciting fighter from now on. He needs to sell himself to the public, and we appreciate what he does, but maybe not everyone does. But so that for the casuals, it'd be more exciting, and trying to finish more opponents off rather than outpointing them. So far, so good. So far, so good. Mike's sparred well, and we've had a few little problems with opponents, but that looks like it's all sorted now, so we're on a good little path to the 27th now.
I think last time when I asked you what his fight was going to go like, you said he's going to knock the guy out in the 7th or something like that?
I think we said around that. We said we were just going to try work. We've been working a lot on the anaerobic zone in training, just trying to get him to work when he's tired, and he's worked harder than we've seen him work when he was in the ring, put his punches together and managed to stop the lad just like we thought he would, what we worked on. He's a better fighter than I ever was, so there's not much I can tell him not to do, but I was big into body shot punching. I just always said to him, go to the body, and body shot stoppage last fight, so that's what I like to see, lots of body punching.
What if I told you I had a true that I was a top, you wouldn't believe that? What if I told you I'm gonna be the next top 10 in the country? Come here with me.
She has her debut coming up. Is there a date for it? Is that confirmed? 8th of July. She's not much of a talker, but Katie, do you want to say a few words?
Stuck on the block that sticks those stones, make it turn.
Just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that's bought tickets for this fight. A big thank you to all my sponsors and to my team. I've got a lot of people in the team that don't get a lot of credit. We've got obviously my manager and my coach, my dad, Michael Ballingal, another coach, Miles Harding, my S&C coach, Mark Coombs, my physio, Cameron Brew, my nutritionist, Greg Allison, and everyone else that plays roles in helping me become the best version of myself. Everyone at home, my friends, my family, my girlfriend, all the support base I've got around me, I couldn't do this without everybody and without my strong team. So yeah, I can't wait for the 27th to go and show everybody who I am and what I can do.